47-yard run.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lip Medallion. Ooh-wee, did we enjoy that one, huh? I told everybody it was going to be a pick'em, expect a pick'em type game, and it sure was, wasn't it? 34-31, what a game. Otherwise known as 63 seconds to glory. That's exactly what the Roadrunners needed to score in, and they did it. They had 63 seconds. And the Roadrunners made it happen. They absolutely made it happen with some beautiful plays. Oscar Cardenas was huge deep over the middle. Then you had DeCorian Clark make that great catch along the sidelines. And then you had Frank Harris run to the one. And then a drop snap led to a tip pass that went right in the hands of Oscar Cardenas. He was wide open anyway. So, I don't know if that was the original play that they wanted on the final play of the game, scoring play of the game. It would have been the final play had any other play been run, right? And we had to put it in the end zone on that play. So, what a wonderful finish, and what some great moxie showed by our Roadrunners in year 10, season 11. I've got the jersey over here. It says number 11 on it. We're 11-0 in our 11th season. Don't confuse year 10 and seasons we've played as different things. We've completed 10 seasons, but we're in our 11th season. Let's count it out. Use my thumb. Start with year 11, right? So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 10 already. 21. We're in year 11. We're 11-0 in season 11. What exactly? That's what we were all saying when that play was made. Now let's talk about what the Roadrunners overcame. Man, let me tell you something. They overcame a UAB offense that was run game that was unstoppable, 240-something yards. They overcame not being able to run the football. We only had 52 total yards running the ball thanks to some sack yardage. But Frank couldn't get away until that final run of his. Sincere McCormick had 20 carries for 65 yards, so he had 3 yards a carry, a little over 3.4, something like that, 3.25, I guess is the math. So he had an okay game. They were definitely loading the box, stopping us from being successful on the run. That's what they chose. And I think it burned them in the final play. It definitely burned them in the second half. Burned them in the first half. Zachary Franklin was just ridiculous in that first half. What a catch for that touchdown. And let me tell you something. Go back and look at the replay. You find replays. He's being held. His jersey is being, on his left shoulder pad, is being pulled as he's reaching one hand out. That should be pass interference. So we overcame that. Still got the pass. Let's talk about that second to last drive. That was a catch for a first down. How they ruled it not a catch, okay, live. But how they didn't overturn that play, saying there wasn't enough evidence, that's bogus. There was plenty of evidence. They showed it in the dome. Both his toes were dragging. That was an NFL catch. Should have been a first down. Then let's talk about the fourth down. Yeah, it was only for 8 yards. Yeah, he caught it. We turned the ball over downs, but that defensive player was all over him. That should have been pass interference on that second to last drive of ours. Now, we had to overcome a stop after we gave them the ball. Our defense had to go right back out there and stop. Why UAB didn't go for it? Well, I'll tell you why they didn't go for it. Because they were only 5 of 12 on third down conversions. Their third down conversions, they weren't very good. And he wasn't going to give us the short field, right? Our defense was playing very good in the second half, had made some adjustments. The big thing that really helps us at home is crowd noise. It's ridiculous how loud it was that day. That's the loudest I've heard it. Absolute loudest I heard it. And when Low Dantzler got that free run at the quarterback and he hit that quarterback and got the first sack, let me tell you something. I've never heard a collective, ooh, as loud as I've heard anywhere. I mean, I was there, and it's only 36,000 people. It sounded like 200,000 people collectively making the same sound. Now, we overcame those. Now, let me tell you another thing we overcame. A fake injury. I hate to say it, but I'm going to do a video on it specifically. I'm not talking about the player that was involved in the tackle, Frank Harris, that was still on the ground. I'm not talking about him. Go pull up the video. I'm going to share it tomorrow. Number 12, as we're about to line up, sits down. Literally just sits down. And then gets up instantly when he realizes another player is already down. That right there is chump. You know what you call that? Chump. UAB, you should be embarrassed. You should be absolutely embarrassed. You're representing the University of Alabama system. You're the little brothers of University of Alabama Crimson Tide. They don't do that. Why are you doing it? That's something Auburn would do. You should be embarrassed. No, you know what? Auburn wouldn't even do that. That's something Ole Miss does. That's something programs that haven't won do. You shouldn't do that. You should be embarrassed that you even did that. Yeah, I know it's within the rules. And you know what the NCAA needs to do when that happens? I don't care what the game is. If it's the last game of the year, you miss the first half of the next game. You miss the entire rest of the half. If you're away from the ball and you sit down like that, and they can go look at the video to see your intent, you know, you're not even trying to get off the field, and you just sit down and then get back up real quick, you should miss the rest of the game that you're in. Rest of the game that you're in and first half of the next game. That'll stop it. And then find the coach. Find the coach $50,000. Watch him start changing his approach. Because let me tell you something. The defense has been protected in hurry-up offenses by saying, if we substitute going fast, then they have to have the right to substitute. So you don't need to start playing shenanigans. First and foremost, that's a slap in the face of all the players who have played hard in the game and have gotten up after every play. It's an embarrassment that you did it. It is absolutely embarrassing. But you know what? We overcame it. And we're Conference USA Western Division champions. We're 11-0. When's that time you done that, UAB? Anyway, I'm done talking about UAB in that regard. Here's all I'm going to talk about. Man, they were moving the ball pretty good on us, weren't they? Until our defense made adjustments. It's like our defense makes adjustments at the second half. Kind of wish they had figured out earlier, but that's okay. They made adjustments, and they get it going. So if we're in the game and they make adjustments, I like our chances in the second half of every game that we play. Let's talk about Frank Harris. These are some phenomenal stats. If we talk about Frank Harris, right here, 25 of 36, 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those are phenomenal, phenomenal stats. For knowing we didn't have a running game, he didn't throw an interception. That's incredible. He did not throw an interception with that. You would expect it. Kid for UAB, Hopkins, 15 of 22, 254 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. Rushing yards, McBride, 24 for 144. Receiving, Shropshire, 3 receptions for 130 yards, 2 TDs. Corian Clark, 6 receptions for 104 yards. I mean, stat-wise, we should have lost the game, but we were composed. And for the second week in a row, this has been incredible. What the crowd has done, what our 12th man in the stands, yes, fans are considered 12th men. No, we can't sell it because that's an Aggie thing. They sold it. They kept the moniker and they credit. That's fine. But it doesn't change the fact that we're literally a 12th man on the field. We are. They can't corner the market on fans. Okay, well, we're the extra player on the field. The extra fan. Hey. We're louder than they are. We're absolutely louder than they are. I'll put our 36,000 up against their best 36,000, and we'll be louder. You put 50,000 in the dome, and they won't come play us. Hey, they won't come to our dome anyway. Our dome hosts a bowl game. They won't come to us. Why not? They're scared. They don't want to lose on the road. That's why. Anyway, we'll take the 1 million payday, 2 million in case when we're playing Texas. That's kind of nice. That's going to help us a lot. So let's talk about full box score here. This is pretty amazing. Frank's QBR was only 70.6. With those stats, I don't get how those stats are 70.6, 25 to 36. That's actually pretty good. 223 yards, 3 TDs. I mean, I don't know why his QBR would be only 70. Interesting. The only rushing that we had was Sincere McCormick. He made every carry. He's a workhorse. We should be blessed to have him. Now, let's look at our receiving. Zachary Franklin had 6 catches for 97 yards and 2 TDs. That one-handed catch was beautiful. And then he was open right over the middle. Just beautiful. Sincere McCormick had 5 catches for 29 yards. So he had himself a nice little game, didn't he? Frank Harris fumbled twice. Well, he picked the one up and made the made the throw for the win. And Sticks Jones fumbled once, but we didn't lose him, so that's huge. But let's talk about us. Let's talk about us. For team stats, check this out. Penalties, 13 for 124 yards. And I suffice it to say it should be 15 for 150-something yards. Because they clearly missed 12 men on the field on our second last drive. And they swallowed a whistle on our 4th down play. Now, it worked out for us, but they swallowed a whistle. You were there. We were there. They were all over him. He got there full 2 seconds early. Still caught the ball. We just weren't going to be denied. These kids got some moxie. We're 11-0 in the 11th season. We got one more game to finish off a perfect record. Some NCAA writer says we're going to lose to North Texas. Hey, it's a conference game. I have no feeling on this. Here's all I know. North Texas has not beaten anybody good, but they've lost to a team in La Tech that, so I think North Texas is who they are, right? I don't think there's an extra gear North Texas has. Otherwise, they would have shown it at least once in the season. Now, maybe they will for us. They're a rival. They love saying some vile things about how UTSA and spelling another word, and we return the favor. So we'll see how it goes. All I know is Apogee Stadium is a neat outdoor stadium. I made fun of it last week. That's okay. Let's get this win, Roadrunners. Hopefully I can make the game. I don't know. It'll be a business time decision. It's Thanksgiving week. I'm going to be doing a lot of driving already. And, I don't live in Dallas. I don't live in San Antonio. So leaving Houston, heading out to San Antonio for Thanksgiving, coming back, going to Thanksgiving somewhere else in Houston, coming back, and then driving up to Denton to football game and then coming back that day because that's what I'd have to do. I mean, it's just unfortunate. It's what I have to do. Anyway, Roadrunners, let's get this final victory. Let's go 12-0 in our 11th season. Remember, 11-11. We got it. Even if we fail to win a single game going forward, it's been a magical season. Don't discount this team going forward. Let's live in the moment. Let's keep the spirit going, and let's rock come December 3rd. I've got my tickets already purchased. I'll see y'all there. Let's go, Roadrunners.